So I used to have this debate all the time whenever I was in high school. Do we have free will, or is everything predestined? Or otherwise, is everything just supposed to happen because it already happened? So was it your destiny? Or do you make your own destiny? Do you choose? And so that's what we're going to discuss today. And so in this discussion, we are talking about our free will versus our destiny. So do we have free will, or is everything predestined? Is everything supposed to happen, and is it our destiny? And so that's what we are talking about today. There are many pros and cons to both sides, many things to take into consideration. But I always came onto the side of everything has been predestined because I believe in destiny. I believe in that everything has already happened, and therefore everything that's supposed to happen is going to happen. Now, what I just discovered is, in scientific terms, the Andromeda galaxy paradox, which is if you're standing still and you look up to Andromeda, the galaxy, and someone else is running by you, and you both look up at Andromeda galaxy at the same time, you're both looking at different times of events. So let's say a star exploded in the Andromeda galaxy, and I witnessed it here as I'm standing still, stationary. I witnessed it at 3 o'clock. And then someone else that's running by me looks up at the exact same time. They're perceiving that star being blown up at a different time period, even though we're in the same location. And so what this talks about is the notion of now, that now really doesn't exist. It is merely your bias of your perception. And so there is no now. And if there could be no now, is there really a past or a present? And so if you can't really determine the present, how can you determine the past and the future? And so with that, how does that all relate to free will and destiny? And so free will will have to say that I choose to stay stationary while someone chose to run, right? But predestination says I was always meant to be stationary, and the other person running by me was always meant to be running. And so this comes to the idea of, do you make the choices that you make of free will? Is it a choice, or are you always going to make that choice? And so for me, I sort of take the side of where things happen because they're supposed to happen, because you can't really out-explain your destiny, but I could explain your free will. And so what I mean by that is, let's say that you take the side of free will, where you tell me that I make my choices. I don't care what any God says, what any person says. I chose to wake up this morning and I chose to drink a glass of orange juice. You could take that position, but I could also come back at you with saying, but you were always meant to wake up that morning and you were always meant to drink that orange juice. So no matter what you do, because there is no now, there is no present, because everyone just has a bias to their perspective, you're always meant to do the things you're supposed to do, because that is how your destiny works. So I could explain your free will with destiny, with predestination, but you can't explain my destiny and my predestination with free will. That is why I take the side of predestination and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, because I could explain your free will of choice with predestination. But you can't do, and vice versa, you can't do the opposite. And so this discussion has always led to many debates and many arguments about free will and predestination. As I have said, I take the side of predestination. I will switch sides whenever a free will advocate could explain to me how is it that predestination could be explained with free will. And so I could try to sort of come up with a devil's advocate with, if I'm supposed to do everything already, my choice I can't even make one. My choice, no matter what I make, I'm always supposed to make that step. And so if I chose to wake up this morning or chose to sleep in, it doesn't matter if it was my choice or not. It's because I was always meant to make that choice. I was always meant to be in a position to make that choice. And so I'm always going to make a choice, regardless of whether I don't make a choice or make a choice. By not making a choice, you are making a choice by not making a choice. And so maybe it's like a paradox, or maybe it's like a cycle that you can't really escape. And so because things are a cycle, things happen, they've happened before because they're happening again, which goes into my idea and my side of predestination and destiny, how you're destined to do the same thing. You're destined to repeat a cycle. until you break the cycle, but only to create a new cycle, which which only repeats again for the next generation or for the next person. So you only break out of cycles by creating new cycles. And so there really isn't a choice for you to leave the cycle, because to leave existence, because the cycle is existence. And so to leave existence would make you non-existent. So it's almost impossible for you to be non-existent, because even when you die, your energy goes back into the world. Your energy goes back up to the stars. Your star, we're made from stars, and so when we die, we go back into the ground, we go back into the earth, and we go back into space. And so that has been my not really debate, because I don't really have someone else here debating with me on free will. But let's say that you are on the side of free will. Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what are you advocating in regards to free will versus my position, which is predestination and destiny. As I said before, I believe in cycles, because I know that in the universe and in life, things happen again and again and again. And so the circle of life, as they say, and in that circle of life, you're bound to repeat the same decisions. And so if you're repeating the same choices, who's to say that it's a free choice, because you've made it already before, and so you're destined to repeat it again. So who's to say? And if you want to say that free will could break that cycle, like I said before, you can't really break a cycle. You just move from one cycle to the other cycle. So at least that's my position. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.